everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Where's our New Zealand buddy? Oh, well, he's out there in the lobby probably getting ready for the day. Good morning to you all, lovely ones. I hope you, those that came to the class, I hope you're recouping. It was definitely fun for me, and a lot of you look like you were having fun. And I like classes like that where we can learn and have fun, and the spiritual side was fun too. I like that as well. We'll do more and more as things come along that way. You know, not everyone is geared to that kind of thinking. But appreciate it. I hope you all are getting well. I hope those that are suffering are moving through this. Let go of your problems. Don't carry them with you. Let them go. Get above them. Even though this body might be hurting you, keep trying to put yourself away from your body and understand that your body is separate than you are, and that you're learning the laws of getting well now. And for some reason, a lot of these have been suppressed through the years, but plenty of good books out there to read with that. Your Arnold Ehret books for the higher fruitarian thinking, especially in detoxification. Understanding, I don't really care what your diet is outside of that, but this process of getting well, to me, there's only one true road to walk down. There are little branches you can take, but in reality, you have to dig into that lymph system, and that's a fruit and berry and melon experience. If you've reached a plateau, you've got to get better. James he's got one more day, and his 40th day of grapes. Now, it seems difficult, but with a little self-discipline, you can do 10 days or 20 days on a fast like that. And you got plenty of nutrition, lots of energy from the grapes. And so it's just setting in and giving the body a break. You know, it's always good to get the body away from food sometimes. This machine doesn't have to always have food stuck down it. There's times that you need to give it a break and let it rest. You feel better when you do that. So some degree of fasting is always good to do for everyone. So if you feel like you've reached a plateau, dig deeper. Get rid of the vegetables and get back to the fruits and the berries and the melons. So if you have to, get up on a mono diet of one of the fruits. Doesn't matter. And just play with that. Keep challenging your body to clean itself deeper and deeper and deeper. Get these acids out of these tissues that's solidified and stayed in these areas, causing you pain and discomfort. Get all the swelling out. That's all acidosis again. And that's all with the lymphatic system. So jump in. I want to thank Mackenzie. Mackenzie, you sweet thing. This is a little young lady who had a little bleeding problem in her urine, and she doesn't. And thank you. And she gave us the Buddha. The Buddha. Isn't that pretty? You know, I gave a beautiful big Buddha away. Somebody had stolen this lady's big Buddha. And Dr. Jensen gave me a big Buddha. And she was talking about how she lost that beautiful Buddha, so I gave her the Buddha. And so I got my Buddha back. And Shaman Man. Crystal. Shaman Man. Beautiful. Sitting up here to back me up with all the other beings. Thank you for the cards. Thank you for everything. I love you all. You know that. I'm here for you. We're always here for you. So hang in there. We're doing our level best to help every one of you as much as we can, dear ones. All right, so let's look at this here. This is Kay Garrett Grows Plants. Aha, man. My dad had psoriasis and started developing rash-like bumps on oh, wait a minute. My dad had psoriasis. Oh, and I started developing rash-like bumps on my neck, face, and arms. I went to a doctor and was diagnosed with eczema. My BF told me it was because the kidneys were not filtering in the acids correctly. I wanted to get a professional opinion, the reason I'm commenting. Yeah, professional opinion, eczema. Ooh, you got a disease ravishing your skin. Get your lymph moving, my friend. Your dad is a good example. You're the genetic imprint there. Definitely kidneys and lymphatics, so you're told right. The group here knows exactly what to do with you guys. But yeah, you got to get your kidneys and your adrenals. Never forget the adrenals because they control the kidneys. So the adrenal glands are very, very important to work with. This is where the biggest, I would say the biggest problem is probably more adrenals than kidneys, if you really looked at that. Because when we were looking at a lot of the eyes, I think a lot of you saw that in the class, that the adrenals were always present in terms of a weakness, but the kidneys had different varying levels of weaknesses. You know, it depends on the level of proteins one's consumed and that damage that has occurred from those proteins. If we got rid of the concept of proteins, man would be a lot better off. And medical doctors just need to get rid of that kind of thinking, realize they were taught wrong chemistry. Danielle, or Daniel, yep, Wiccans worship nature, too attached to creation. Yeah, no surprise, considering the nature of magic and Messiah. Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, it's too bad. It's too bad because, you know, but we're all here and we have all the choices at any given moment which road you're going to walk down. And you make the choice yourself. No one makes it for you. So, you know, these are just lessons that people have to go through, and we understand that. It's just when people overly make a stink, then someone's got to do something about it. And it's like, you know, if you feel they're better than someone else, okay, then go somewhere else where that person or those people aren't bothering you. You know, we have our own strong bond, and we want to keep that way. All you guys on Facebook, remember the love bond. Remember the bond of God we have between us, and be strong with that. And let your hearts, remember, is it kind, is it true, is it necessary? And I think it was appropriate that you kicked her off. I think that was all appropriate. We did the same. You know, you can only do so much, and then you're too disruptive. And we're not going to allow that. I can tell you, I'm not going to allow a lot of that to go on, because this is a healing channel. This is a love channel. If you oppose to meat eating, okay. But if you think a meat eater can't experience God, then you're smoking something in the back room. And it probably isn't anything good. This is the problem. We have to open our hearts to everyone here and allow the space for each of us. This is a level of work that I found in 40 years to cure just about everything on this planet and to regenerate genetic weaknesses. And I don't think you can top that much. And we are, and you're seeing that, all of you. And I'm so excited. A lot of you are starting to help others. And you're seeing the benefits of this. And I would like to see all of those of you that want to be a practitioner, get out there and be a practitioner. We have rights in this world, and we have to start claiming them. A lot of people are getting killed in some of these places like Syria and stuff because they want their rights. And it's sad that we have to have a war over rights. But again, that's those negative forces. But the battle is at hand. But all of us, we're going to be a strong connecting link with each other. And the bigger and the stronger we are, and the more on the same channel we are, the more powerful we'll make an influence. People will look up. We're bonded as one. When you have too many radicals, people just turn away from you. Interesting how medical profession is such a radical profession, and yet people, you know, they were able to brainwash people to think that radical is okay and that God is not for some reason. Spam in! Oh, an ad. I have been tested for PCOS, don't have it. Well, you know, here again, these medical doctors are trying to create a disease out of everything. I'm not even sure if they realize why. But this is the powers to be to try to control this disease thing. Interesting, we don't have anything to do with diseases. So I wouldn't claim POTS if you even had it. But if you're having ovarian cysts come and go, well, that's just a natural rhythm of having lymph stagnation or the inability to move lymph properly. If you were really stagnant, you wouldn't be able to get the cysts. They wouldn't come and go. But obviously the kidney was filtering somewhat if your cysts are coming and going. Doctors found nothing. Probably coming and going on you, sweetheart. Also, I am not overweight. Don't need to lose weight. I am 176 and weigh 61 kilograms. Well, it has anything to do with weight. It has everything to do with filtering the lymph through the kidneys or not. And if you're not filtering the lymph through the kidneys well, when estrogen peaks up, you're going to see more acids and more problems. So anytime you increase cell activity, you're going to have more acid waste produced, and therefore those wastes must be correctly eliminated or neutralized or brought to base or converted to water. however the body deals with some of these acids. Body can't convert all acids. That's insanity. There is acids that leave the human body, but they are broken down and changed closer to base chemistry, and therefore they don't wreck the kidneys. Interesting, a guy was commenting he can't even find the lymph system in kidneys, and I brought my physiology chart here. I have a lot of charts for people to look at in the body if you're not familiar with it, and they somehow ignored the lymph system to the kidneys completely. Interesting. Not even the lymph within the kidneys itself. I find that quite interesting, because the kidneys are full of lymph. Lymphatic 4 and stomach and bowels. Should I take the adrenal formula and kidneys? I can't afford to take all of these at once. I would do, well, if you can do 3, let me see, you would want to do kidneys, you'd want to do adrenals, and you'd want to do lymphatic and stomach and bowels. That's 4 of them. If you had to cut one of those down, I'd probably cut the stomach and bowel down if you're doing all raw, and really hit to the kidneys, the lymphatics, and the adrenal glands. I would probably do that. Blah, 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 bleep, blah, bleep, bleep, blah, whatever. New Zealand man, where are you? You don't have to sit out there. Such a humble fella. Hi, man. Found your videos a couple of days ago. Oh, good, bro. Appreciate you coming aboard. Unit tutorials? Anyway, found your video a few years ago. Still going through them. I think you're an inspiration. Thank you, man. Thanks for coming aboard, though. Really welcome you. And are very kind for sharing this information. I am trying to get on the right track with my health and diet. Started eating raw greens and fruit and just ordered your book. I was wondering what water filter you could recommend, bearing in mind I have little money. I'm a student. Thanks in advance. Torn from UK. Hey, UK, man. Well, I don't know what you got over there. You just have to research it. I don't know what to tell you about that. If the internet has some way of looking at that, or Consumer Reports, call them up and ask them what they think in terms of more bang for the buck. Something like that, probably. I have an RO system. I really don't focus on filters because there's so many of them coming out, you just don't know. So I trust Consumer Reports a little bit, so I would assume that they would have an understanding. I don't know in the UK if you have a similar Consumer Reports over there. But thank you and welcome aboard, man. This is Spam Man again. Hi, I was wondering if you have a video about hormonal imbalance. I have had high aldosterone for years. That's the adrenal glands, guys. That's the companion to estrogen and testosterone. For years, I'm female, 25 now, and have it since I was 15 to 16. I have been first omnivore, then a vegetarian, then vegan, then fruitarian, my kind of woman. And now 70% raw vegan. None of my diet changes made any difference. The main thing I have increased hair growth on my body, like on my stomach and stuff. Well, yeah, I mean, when you're on raw foods, it could take you a number of years to balance out genetics. You're 25, so it does say that you're compromised in the adrenals big time. I mean, I talk about this a lot, and I know some of you probably think I'm a little off, but we see this everywhere we look, and I think as you guys start becoming good practitioners and you start working with people, you're seeing the same thing. And we're just seeing the adrenals, and everybody. And 25 years and younger, I mean 35 years and younger, 45 years and younger, you're just going to always see adrenal weaknesses. And that's steroids, whether they're the acidic type like aldosterone, estrogen, and testosterone, or they're your cortisols, your corticals, or they're your neurotransmitters. I mean, the adrenals are going down in people. So, you know, and people have lost their happiness and everything else, so hopefully we can help people get that back. That's why I like the glandulars, but it's also why I like the herbs. You know, there was a lady that started all this controversy with glandulars. She was so mad and so upset about glandulars, and now she wrote a letter apologizing, and she's been on them.